Hi there, my name is Jennifer Parks. I am the creator of Coloradans for Victor Marx. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and why I support Victor, just to tell you where I sit before I tell you where I stand, as Mike Rosen used to say. I am a native Colorado resident. I was born at Fitzsimmons Army Medical Hospital, adopted, and the family, I think they go back 4 generations, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, my grandfather used to own a mortuary right across from City Park. I have been here most of my life, except for about a year and a half when I was in California. But believe me, I got back here as quickly as I could because I do love Colorado. This is my home. And yeah, it's changed quite a bit, which is normal for things to change and to grow and to develop. I get it, totally normal. But the heart of what Colorado used to be, the heart of what Colorado is, seems to have shifted an awful lot. I have always been a Republican as soon as I could vote. I think one of my very first times I was able to vote for Ronald Reagan, and I was excited to do that. So I've always been a Republican. We were involved in politics for a while, it's probably been about 10, 15 years. We supported Justin Everett, and I thought he was a great guy, and I still think he is. Justin, if you're out there, yeah, I just wish you could have gotten that second term. We made phone calls, we knocked on doors, we did a lot of things back in that time, but the sheer machination, the backroom things that would happen were so off-putting. It was discouraging and frustrating, and you're thinking, wait, I'm doing this. It's supposed to make a difference. It's supposed to change things. And it didn't. It's like how it felt is that the people who were politically involved, not all, some, would tell you one thing in order to get elected. And then in the back room, they'd have another deal with somebody else. Maybe they weren't even Republican or conservative at all. They're just saying those things to get elected. And then I didn't like that. Did not like that at all. So we just stepped back. I just stepped back entirely and said, okay, I'm going to do my best to support people that I can feel good about voting for. I don't want to have to hold my nose and vote. I don't like that. It doesn't feel good. It's not right to have to do that. And so we just stepped back, very resistant to get involved with anything. So a while back, I was around my house and I started listening to the Sean Ryan interviews. And I thought I'm going to pull up an interesting one that a lot of people have watched, listened to. This guy, Victor Marx, and I didn't know anything about him. I'm a fan of true crime. So if somebody's telling me their story and their experiences and the things that have happened to in their life, I love listening to that. Yeah, I really benefit from those. So I was listening to Victor Marx's interviews, and there were 3 of them. They're long, but they're good. Oh, man. And as somebody who has seen a lot of true crime documentaries and things like that, watching Victor, I could tell a sincerity in his body language, in the way he dealt with stuff and the trauma he had to overcome. Just quick bullet points. He was severely abused as a child and grew up, struggled with temper and PTSD, all those things that you would expect. Joined the military and married his wife, Eileen, who's a wonderful gal, and became a Christian. He went through hours and hours of therapy to recover from what happened to him in his childhood. There were so many things that he touched on in his childhood. I didn't have a severe situation as he did, but there were a lot of small elements in there that I could relate to. I know exactly where he's coming from. I know exactly what he means when he says that. And then he and his wife developed this organization that would go, first they started going into prisons to speak to young men to try to help them and head them off at the pass so they didn't end up in further worse situations. The service there is so good. And then all the time he spent with all things possible ministry, going into high-risk locations to rescue trafficked children and women. And just that somebody would go beyond saying, there ought to be a law about that. We've passed a law. It's already illegal. Anyways. But actually going in there, putting your life at stake to help some of these children. I'll be honest with y'all, there were times in my life I needed someone to rescue me. And I remember watching those videos and thinking, this man is a hero. That's what real men do. That's what they do. They're not the ones you need rescuing from. They're the rescuers. And I thought, I have to follow this guy. So I followed him on all the social media and watched all the things that he did and that he talked about and everything that I could follow. Then Charlie Kirk was shot. I don't know how you feel about it. That, for me, surely upended a lot. It really changed the way I felt about a lot of things. And then I saw Victor announce that he was going to speak at Brave Church for a memorial for Charlie Kirk. And I thought, oh, that is in my neck of the woods. I'm going. I want to see this man. I want to see what he has to say. And to find out that he was a mentor to Charlie. Charlie is a hero enough, and that this one was his mentor. And then there he announced the possibility of running for governor. I thought, yeah, he asked for everybody to pray about that. And boy, howdy, did I pray. That would be amazing. Amazing. I didn't even know he was in Colorado until that point. I think I'd heard something about it, but I didn't even know that's where he lived. Then when he announced, I thought, oh, this is awesome. This is so good. This is what we need here. And I thought, I don't have money right now to with the campaign, but I can do something else. I can make a Facebook group. And so that's what I did. I formed a Facebook group called Coloradans for Victor Marx. And all I wanted to do was to put in links that would say, all right, you can go here. You can go here and you can follow these links. Here's links to Sean Ryan's interview. Here's links to the other things. It's like a resource. So people could go, oh, that's nice. That's all I wanted to do. Have a place where people could learn about Victor Marx, support Victor Marx. That would be a nice place. As of today, there's 22,000 people in there, and it's been less than 2 months. And I'm amazed at how it has started and just exploded. Exploded. I can't even believe it. And I've been accused of, see, this is interesting too, because I was so energized. Victor's going to run. This is great. And I joined some of the other political Facebook groups specific to Colorado. My enthusiasm and support of Victor was not welcome. And that is the nicest way that I can put that. So I thought, okay, all right, I'm going to do my own group. I'm not welcome over there. I'll be okay here. You do what you want to do in your space. This is what I'm going to do in mine. And the fact that we have so many tells me that there is a tremendous need for that place. A few things about it, and what you'll see in all of our media, is to help people learn more about Victor Marx, to help people who want to support Victor, and then also to keep it as a snark-free environment. That is my hope, that people will come in and they're willing to discuss. Let's talk. Let's have questions. Let's have a civil conversation. Charlie Kirkwood. Let's do that here at this place. You are absolutely welcome to join. Up to that point, when I started it, it was about a month in, and I'd never met Victor. I had no contact with him. I've been accused of being a shill. Like the campaign called me up or something and said, hey, psst, here, you got to form a big group. I had no communication at all with him until I would tag him on some of my stuff. We're supporting you too. We're behind you. And then, of course, they started noticing, and the campaign contacted me, which is only the really smart thing for a campaign to do. But with so many people, I didn't even meet him until a month ago. I was invited to something that he held, and I got my little name tag here. Lots of people had their Republican there, and I had to put Coloradans for Victor Marx so people know who the heck I was and why I was at this meeting with a bunch of political people. That was the first time that I met him, and was really an honor. And his wife, Eileen. I'm honored to be able to support Victor. One of the other questions that I get is that my group, just a bunch of bots. I'm not a bot. I just started it myself. I've had no political leanings for the last 10 or so years, no political involvement, no party that I've been with. I've not done anything that is, do we probably have some bots in 22,000 people? Yeah, probably, but not very many. We've really tried to limit that so it wouldn't be the case. We can't keep out everything, but we try to get rid of anything that looks like a bot. There's a few things, but we're talking like 5. If you know a way to search in a Facebook group to get rid of bots, let me know. The other thing I get is that we're not grassroots. Let me just state very clearly The political climate in Colorado, especially conservative political climate in Colorado, has been divisive and stagnant at the same time for the last several years. We've been told things and we believed those things, and then those things weren't true. We have been disappointed. And I know that political people tried to get people excited about something and energized and politically motivated. And that's not grassroots. This is what grassroots looks like. This is somebody say, hey, I got a Facebook page over here, and everybody joins because they want to know more. It's been a long time since you've had grassroots. Maybe you forgot, but this is what it looks like. I've been in contact with the campaign, but I am independent of them. We certainly coordinate efforts because I want him to win. We want him to be the next governor. So we coordinate efforts, but we do not control each other in any way. We are independent. Another big question I get a lot in the Facebook group, well, what is his policy on this? Two things I want to say about that. He didn't decide to run. And you can see this on his own social media. I'll have links to that at some point in this YouTube channel. But his daughter was sexually assaulted, broad daylight, down in Colorado Springs. And there's a whole big deal about that. And the guy was released, but he already had other problems and he was already had other arrests. And it was at that point that Victor decided we either leave or we change what is happening here. And he and his wife talked about what would be the best way to change it. And governor was what they decided in the beginning of September. The decision to run didn't happen till October. And the announcement didn't happen till then. So 1 month is not a lot of time to get policies in order. But Victor is releasing them periodically, promoting and talking about, and so he'll be sharing those videos. They will come out. Normally when a campaign is planned, I guess it goes like this, that you have like months to plan out all of your different policies and release it in one big statement. These are coming out while they're planning them and they're releasing them and they're trying to address issues as they go along. I don't have inside information to say, I know what that policy is. I know what is public. And when he makes it public, we'll put it on our stuff as quickly as possible. That said, I don't know what he's going to do about lots of things. My view of Victor, my understanding of the kind of man, he is the kind of man who is a hero and puts himself at risk, even to the point of his own life, for other people. We have been bereft of heroes, that we have forgotten what a hero looks like. This is what a hero looks like. And in the words of Inigo Montoya, not the quote you're thinking, but a man like that can plan my castle onslaught any day. And that's how I feel. That's how I'm backing him. I believe in who he is and the integrity that he has presented over the last 30-some years that he has been in the public eye and been in ministry. Who he is and presented to be there before he was running, I believe that man and I trust him. I don't know what they're all going to be. And I don't know that I'll agree with everything. There may be differences in policies, but to me, I trust the man that he is. He is a general I would go into battle with. And I guess I am. Guess I am in the political battle. If you would like to join the Coloradans for Victor Marx Facebook group, absolutely. Go over there, jump in. We have a lot of things that are automated in the admittance. If you answer 3 questions as well, you can get in a lot more quickly. Sometimes we have to check. The group is public, but the interaction has to be approved. Otherwise, you can't be a part of that. It's part of our goal to maintain a snark-free environment. It's a lot of people, but we work hard to do that. If you want to support the campaign, know more about the campaign, sign up to volunteering, get Victor Marx merch, all of those things. We'll have the website link to that below, so you can see that. You can check that out. And absolutely donate, you guys. Let's keep the ball rolling. A gazillion snowflakes makes an avalanche. And so we need lots of little stuff. He has not taken money from PACs. He has not taken money from big donors at this time. It's just you and me. So absolutely spread the word. If you want to support me here with social media, all the places that we're trying to reach, There'll be ways to do that later, but right now, if you like, subscribe, and share, that would just mean so much. We'll be back with more links, with more videos. If you have questions you want to ask about Victor, absolutely put them in the comments. I'll do my best to address them. If you have questions for me, I can address those as well. Like I said, we'll do our best to cover them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, share, comment. We will be back. See you then.